Alright, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother AHBAD from AHBAD, Petersburg, Florida. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI, Shem, Kodash, the bonus to my elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Singing honors to all you sincere brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, and peace and blessings to all the confusion in the faces. Shalom. Can't call this article. It says drafting only men for the military is unconstitutional. Judge rules. As you know, I think ever since 2015, women couldn't basically take on the same roles that men do in military combat. But during World War II, women was also basically serving in the military and serving at home, so to say. But not the way that they serve today. They didn't have certain opportunities to hold positions that men did. Nonetheless, though, now what they're trying to say is that you women who want to be equal to men, you now have to sign up for the draft. Understand? Now, this is in the article this is from New York Times, all right? And it said, drafting only men for the military is unconstitutional, judge rules. Okay. So then, as it says in the article, and this was produced February 24th, 2019, today, which is a Sunday, a military draft that applies only to men is unconstitutional. A federal judge in Houston has ruled, saying that excluding women is no longer justified because they can now serve in combat roles just as men do. And it reminds me of how women, they want to be equal to men. All right, because women were not allowed at one point. Going back to right here, what does it say? Judge Gray H. Miller of Federal District Court in the Southern District of Texas took note of the Supreme Court's 1981 ruling that the exclusion of women from the draft was fully justified because women then were not allowed to serve in combat. But, listen now, but the Pentagon abolishes those restrictions in 2015, opening the way for women to serve in any military role for which they could qualify. So yes, okay, you women want to be equal to men. You can serve in the military. But now, all you men out here who have daughters that say, she's a woman, hey, she's equal to you, or never hit a woman, or open the door for a woman and show some chivalry, or lay your coat down in the puddle and let her walk over it. Okay. You same men out there who have daughters and who's raising daughters who are teenagers, hey, they now are eligible for the draft. Since you want women to be equal to men, and women have a lot more opportunities than men, okay? Okay, now a woman has to follow the rules and regulations. So, on the Titanic, when the ship was going down, save the women and children first. Wait a minute. Women are equal to men, so why should we save the women first? The children, I can understand. But the women, why? Why put them first? How come you also have the WNBA compared to the NBA? What's up with that? How come you have female boxers in their own circuit and you have the male boxers in their own circuit? Why is that? I thought we were equal. How come they put men and women in separate prisons? Why is that? I thought we were equal. Okay? But nonetheless, though, not to veer off too much. Since you want to be equal to men, now you have to apply for the draft according to the regulations and the rules of the government. Okay, because now you're eligible for the military, so you were eligible for the draft as well. Okay, understand that? Just like somebody get drafted from the drafted to the NFL, you've been drafted. Okay, so you know what that means? You have to serve that. You have to serve that owner. You have to do what he say. If not, you would get traded to another team. All right. Why? You want to know why? Because you're stock. You are a GI. All right. General. Is it in galvanized general instrument? Something like that. I forgot. Slack. It's been a while. I forgot what it meant. In other words, you use as an instrument, man. All right. You're cattle. That's what Henry Kissinger said, okay? But nonetheless, though, let me go into the scriptures real quick. And this all really through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. This is Jeremiah chapter 33. That's like 31. and 22. Jeremiah 31 and 22. Bear with me. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? It's talking about Israel. For Yahawah, for the Lord, hath created a new thing in the earth, and woman shall compass a man. So that's why I said all those analogies about, oh, lay your coat down, show some chivalry, and women and children first, okay? But to a certain extent, men will always be the hedge over the woman. Not a certain extent. The man is always the hedge over the woman. Period. Always the head over the woman. Like YAHAWASHI, when the world is called Jesus the head of us, and the head of all is Yahawah, who the world ignorantly just say Lord and God. The man is over that woman. Alright? Because the man will be more, because we've been programmed to protect the woman. Why? Because they're the weaker vessel, man. Let's just keep it strong. Let's keep it strong here. Alright? Keep it straight. Oh, a strong woman. Stop it. You know? And like I said, this is not me bashing on a woman. I have a mother. Alright? I have sisters. I have nieces. You know? I have Eve. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, though. So the Lord said He gonna create a new thing where a woman shall compass a man. Understand that? So now we know that the Heavenly Father has had this happen destined to us. Why? Because of what we did. We went off as a nation. Talk about the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans. So the Heavenly Father put our women up above us, but He put it in the hands of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. Psalm 17, verse 13. We said the man he made man the heathen his rod. A rod is used for correction, and we've been corrected by who? The Heavenly Father, choosing Esau Edom and the heathens to rule over us. And then what Esau Edom did, they started what women's lib, which was the worst thing you could have done. But then at the very same time, they did that so they can tax more people. Women are just fools. Oh, we equal. We can work now. But guess what? Now you being taxed too. You know? And then here it is, you had government shutdown. Some people may not even get your taxes in time. You know, it's funny, man. But nonetheless, though, let me go into the book of Titus really quick. Show you what are the duties of a woman. Just a couple. I'm not gonna be here too long. Titus 2 and 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accuser, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, not being shipped halfway across the world to Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, Egypt. You're supposed to be at home. Okay? Good, obedient to their own husbands. In other words, you shouldn't be out here dealing with another woman's husband if you already have one. Stop committing adultery. That the word of Yahawah be not blasphemed. Okay? Or a filthy lie. Come on, can you imagine you married to a woman and she want to go to the military? Come on, imagine she go to the Navy. Don't you know, man, I had a cousin that was in logistics in the Navy. Don't you know, man, when them submarines go underwater, they down there for 6 months? 6 months at a time? And they don't come back up till they need to come back up for supplies or whatever? Your woman on a submarine full of seamen. When I say semen, I'm talking about SEAMEN. Okay? A lot of testosterone pumping. Come on, man. Stop it. Okay? She's supposed to be a keeper at home. All right? But we know why this has happened. Like I said, it's because Esau Edom, so-called white man, woman, and child, is ruling right now, man. Okay. Matter of fact, in defense, but I'm not an aged woman. I'm a very young woman. I'm young. How about this? 1 Timothy chapter 5. Let me pull this out real quick. All right. First Timothy chapter 5 verse. Where I want to go. This is on 1 Timothy 5 and 14. I would therefore that the younger women marry, have kids, bear children, guide the house. Not that they're trying to guide a unit of men in the battalion, guide the house. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So don't open your mouth into a way where you become a reproach. For some are already turned aside after Satan. All right, after the enemy, nonetheless. So let's go into Isaiah 29. So the Lord told you, matter of fact, not Isaiah 20. I'm sorry. Let me go to Numbers. Prove a point that only men supposed to go to war, not women. All right. This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families. Pedigrees, your lineage, by the house of their fathers, not by your mother, by your father, okay? Because the man carried the seed. According to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. All right. Verse 19. And the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male, not female, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So only the males who was 20, Salakia, where is that? 20 years old and upward were supposed to go to war, not the women. And it's supposed to be a God-fearing country. You don't even abide by that law right there. Only men supposed to go out to war, not women. All right? But nonetheless, though, I'm going to pull out this precept to prove why this is happening today. Not only because the Lord said that he was going to make a new thing in the earth where a woman would surpass a man. So they're going to show you that you women are over us. The Lord said, I'm going to make a new thing. Because from the beginning, you never was over us. So you're never supposed to be over us. It's a curse. All right? Stop patting yourself on the back. It's Isaiah. Where I want to go? So, okay, Isaiah 29, verse, I believe it's 16. Isaiah 29 and 16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Listen to this. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not. So shall a vase, or a vase, so to say, or a pot, say to the pot, the man who made the pot, or the vase say, you didn't make me. That's like man saying that to God. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding. Wait a minute, a higher power created me, but I think that women should go to war. Or I think that two men should have a law where they can have sex. I think that men and women should be able to have sex with animals. Oh, I think that I should take seeds out of fruits and make GMO food. Come on, man, stop it. All right, that's what's happening today. But nonetheless, though, you women want to be equal to men. Well, guess what? Now you're a part of the draft. But I'm gonna tell you the end all be all of it all. This is your whole purpose of living. All right. A lot of you claim to be spiritual or Christians. Genesis 3 and 16, the first book. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. That means that women will have pains when they have in birth. And sorrow shalt thou bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Not what you want. Serve your man. Serve your man. And he shall rule over thee. Point blank period. Point blank period, alright? So nonetheless, I pray you're edified with this video. Call HALAL YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI by Shem Chakadash. Double on some elder pastor with MILLSTONE who rule well. Singing honors to all you sincere brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. Also peace and blessings to all you confusion the faces out there in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Waf Ball.